My name is Kristen Greer.
My name is Timothy Williams.
My name is Eric Smith.
My name is Willie Hickson.
And my name is DeAnthony Davis.
And we are the Dukes Foundation.
I really enjoy working with Mr. McDaniel because he challenges us. He doesn't take us as the normal black men on the street, the normal high schoolers. He takes us and he challenges us to think, go above and beyond, expand our horizons. He also breaks everything down to us. He gives us a better understanding of the things that we don't know. He's not only a mentor, he's a friend. He's someone we can console in, we can talk to, and he's just a very inspirational person.
He's been a great blessing to our foundation because there's not many people out there who would come and take the time out of their busy schedule and out their busy day to come and talk to kids like us, especially in the neighborhood in which we live in.
Mr. McDaniel has been very influential, not only with me, with the young men too. Being that he's the chairman of the board and having time to come over to South Atlanta High School in an area which serves underprivileged kids for the most part, and not only with his financial support but with his spirit of sense of caring and concern. Mr. McDaniels visited a lot of our basketball games, then he have time to interact with the young men, and they really don't see him as the chairman of the board but more as a personal mentor and friend.
We are the Dukes Foundation, and we support Reuben McDaniel.
Not only a friend, really, I'm a follower of Reuben McDaniel. But I promise you that this man has been an asset to this church and this community. And when I found out all the other things about what he was doing with children, not just as a member of the Atlanta Board of Education, but just in his community and the Atlanta community at large, I asked him why he wanted to continue doing the kinds of stressful things that he's doing in his public life, knowing that he's a busy man in his professional life. And he told me one day that he felt that he owed it to the children of Atlanta, and he had to do it.
This is one of the most important elections that Atlanta has seen in years, especially from the perspective of public education. In fact, this election will shape public education in Atlanta for the foreseeable future. And so it's critical that we have someone that stands up for children. And Reuben McDaniel has demonstrated time and time again that he stands for children. In fact, he's made unpopular decisions that were contradictory to his political campaign. But needless to say, that's not his priority. His priority is to do what's best for children. And again, he's demonstrated that time and time again.
I'm passionate about education. I've seen personally and professionally what the difference in education can make in an individual's life, and just what the hope and dreams of education can be for me personally, but also I've just seen it throughout my life. And so when I look at these children who come into kindergarten, who may not have two parents at home, may not have a stellar home life, but they're bundles of potential. What they need is someone to help them not only inside the classroom, but also understand what their potential is, what their interests are, and really just let them see, I can be anything I want to be. And if I can do that for 3 children, 7 children, 20 children, I'll have been successful. I'll be happy.
My name is Josh. I'm 16 years old. I attend North Atlanta High School. I'm a singer-songwriter. I play the guitar and piano. And what's really important for me is someone who stands up for my education. And I think Reuben McDaniel has done a stellar job of doing that consistently. I just like the way he actually cares about our education and just the way he stands up for students.
So there have been a lot of research done on a lot of different reform models, some of them that work very well, some of them haven't, but consistently, it's been shown that if a child has an effective teacher in front of them, they will be a successful student. And so one of our initiatives is to make sure that we have what we call an effective teacher in every classroom. And so that means a lot of things. One is it means we have to measure those teachers so we know whether they're effective or not. And that measurements are really a 360-degree evaluation process. They're a testing process, but really understanding what do the teachers have. Second is what tools does a teacher need to be effective? Some of those tools are technology tools or physical tools, but some of them are also learned tools. And then finally, there are some soft skills and soft tools that our children need to be effective. And that may come from a foundation like the 100 Black Men or the Duke's Foundation or other outside resources. But it really is wrapping that child with the full services that they need to become great learners. And our teachers need to have all those resources on the shelf to be able to introduce those to the 30 to 40 students they see every day. And so our commitment at APS is to make sure that every child, every grade, every year has a teacher in front of them that's well-trained, that's passionate, and has all the tools necessary to be effective for that child's learning. When I came on the board, we were going through a really difficult time where Dr. Hall was leaving under a cloud of controversy, and there was instability and lack of trust. And we really needed a fix-it person. We needed someone to come in as a turnaround specialist. And that person is not always the long-term superintendent, but we needed someone to come in and make some hard decisions. And so I was very key and instrumental in bringing in Errol Davis at that period of time. But as he's gone through his tenure, there have been a lot of decisions that he has proffered that I've not agreed with. And so whether I've done it privately or publicly, I've really spoke my mind to let him know that even though from a turnaround perspective some things look like they are obvious decisions, but the schools are more than just a bottom line or more than just a black and white decision on a piece of paper. Schools are about children, schools are about families, are about community, and that's what I want to bring to the table as a board member. My job is not to get in the weeds around how you do that, but to make sure that our superintendent is sensitive to the community issues. And so when he was talking about closing 13 schools, it looked good on paper, black and white, numbers-wise, but what he didn't realize was what that did to communities. And so we reduced that number from 13 to 7 because there were some communities that really deserved to have great schools. And if those schools had been removed from those communities, it would have been devastating. And so it's bringing that type of passion and compassion to the table that's part of my responsibility as a board member. So whether it's Superintendent Davis or the next superintendent, those are the types of things I always want to bring to the table as it relates to board-superintendent relationship. That is understanding what the community needs, what the students need, what the teachers need, and bring that sensitivity to decisions that sometimes on black and white may look like great decisions, but ultimately these decisions affect children, and it affects families, affect our community. And I'm always going to be committed to making sure that we put Atlanta first.